Accused P's reply was, "I wanted to take revenge on Raja at any cost." "And I took it," the other accused was also asked. He was ashamed of his act and said, "I had no idea that my mistake was so terrible. The result will be, I thought people would only capture Umair Raja and thus my and P's revenge would be fulfilled. But people burnt the houses of Christians and our churches too," he said after the intervention of his paternal aunt's son-in-law, and also accept the aid funds. The two accused were asked, "Why did you put the insulting material in front of these two houses?" Their answer was, "We knew that they were influential people. When they tell the people, the whole city will stand behind them and the police will not be able to save Raja." He was asked, "But what was the fault of Raja's other brother Umar Masish and father in this case? Why did you include them both?" Their answer was to kill the entire family. "Wanted so that no one can take revenge from us tomorrow." Now we come to the reaction of the Muslims. I have mentioned in the previous lines that the houses and churches of the Christian population were attacked in the same pattern. Was it just a coincidence? No, it was not a coincidence. Jarranwala is dominated by two religious political parties. They have thousands of workers and they are all in touch with each other through WhatsApp groups. Always support each other. The same thing happened on August 16. As soon as they found the martyrs' papers of the Holy Quran, both of them put this issue in WhatsApp groups, and within a few minutes this news spread in the entire Faisalabad division. Workers were told by groups that you have to leave home with oil and petrol. You should have sticks, balls, hammers, and rods in your hands. Which way you have to come from where and which building to attack. This information and instructions spread throughout the area within minutes, and as a result, the entire Faisalabad. People from the region came to Jarranwala in trucks, wagons, and trolleys and burnt the houses and churches of the Christian community and then went back. As the spectacle continued, I would like to highlight three important actions taken by the police here. The first step, the police saved lives by evacuating the area in time. No one was killed and no one was injured in this tragedy. Second, the police completed the investigation within a week and reached the original plan and the real accused. And third, the police within weeks, brotherhood and tolerance developed in the region. It took the scholars to the churches and the priests to the mosques, and both stood in each other's places of worship and gave the message of peace and brotherhood, as a result of which the situation returned to normal within a few days and religious tolerance was also created. Done, but the question is there any permanent solution to this issue? Yes, and we have to come to that now. First of all, we Muslims should make this clear that no power in the world can insult our God, our Holy Quran, and our Prophet, peace be upon him. These three are above all insults and insults. We should not immediately get angry. We should first find out the cause of insult. It is quite possible that the purpose of this boldness, like that of Jarranwala, is to take revenge on someone or to spread chaos in the country. Secondly, it is also possible that this boldness was done by a madman or a madman, and in Islam there is no limit to madman. Therefore, we should also investigate whether the daring person is not crazy or insane, and whether his aim is to spread chaos in the society or take revenge on someone. Third, we are living in a state and society. This society has its own rules and regulations. As citizens, we should not take these rules and regulations into our hands. We should contact the police and scholars and leave the matter to them if the scholars and police come to this conclusion. A person who is really rude, then he will be punished, according to the law. And if we find that person innocent, then we should respect their opinion. However, we should not play the role of a rioter. 4. It is not humane to punish the crime of a single person on his whole family, tribe, or community. Islam. Where is the justice and where is the wisdom? And 5. After the individual actions of a person, What is the reason for attacks on their houses or places of worship? What is the fault of churches, temples, and congregations? What do we punish them for? All these points were for the common people. Now we come to the government. Religious riots have been happening in Pakistan for 75 years, so the state should have understood their nature by now and should have learned how to deal with them, but we have not done it. Ups should be made, and a solid solution to this problem should also be found. In my knowledge, the first solution is a mixed society. Unfortunately, we have divided the country into small pockets. Even in a city like Karachi, there are separate areas for Muhajirs, Sindhis, Pathans, Baluchis, and Memons. Hindus, Sikhs, and Christians live in separate neighborhoods throughout the country, and these pockets are the root of the riot. There is a malicious rumor in these pockets. Spreads. So he put quotas of different religions and nationalities in the building blocks. This benefited him. Chinese, Malays, Buddhists, Hindus, and Muslims are living together in each block. As a result, there is no riot. Our government should too. It should create a policy that results in people being mixed rather than pockets. This will end both hatred and distance. Secondly, the government should form interreligious committees in the country. These committees should be permanent, and whenever there is any incident of hatred, audacity, or insult, the issue should first go to this committee. The committee should investigate, and if the case turns out to be false, then make a formal announcement, and if the incident is true, then it should immediately hand over the accused to the police and initiate police action. But in any case, the public will gather and no one will be attacked. Thirdly, in Pakistan, there used to be police informers in the past. They used to inform the police about each and every plot flourishing in the neighborhoods and streets. Divide them into 3 colors, green, yellow, and red, and leave your informants in them. The informants are regular employees and they stay among these people to report the situation inside, and the state can prevent accidents and tragedies based on these informants. Reach the accused first. Fourthly, the government should take charge of all the mosques once and for all. Appoint imams and muezzins in the mosques regularly and pay them handsome salaries so that these people remain in the eyes of the state and do not touch them. I know that in response to this proposal, the government will cry about the worsening economic situation, but there is a solution. The government should announce a mosque fund for this. The benefactors should deposit funds in this fund, and from these funds, the maintenance and cleaning of the mosques continue to be done, and the salaries of the staff continue to be paid. The government can also hand over this responsibility to religious NGOs. However, the appointment of imams and muezzins should be done by the government, and the content of sermons and speeches should also be sent to the imams. And the last suggestion should be to make religion a personal matter for God and to make criticism of people's religious beliefs a punishable crime so that people can handle it. What to discuss? People should not be able to criticize people's beliefs. This will also reduce chaos, and my personal opinion is that if we do not control this situation now, the divided society will turn out to be a nuclear reactor at any time, and it will blow up the entire structure of the state.